Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig TheWriter Stewart, and this is So Much to Say YouTube TV. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. So Much to Say YouTube TV is the place that you come to learn and grow, because we discuss socially relevant things mixed with a splash of humor. If you know you have tissue paper feelings, this probably isn't the channel for you. But and however, since you're here, I just need for you to do two things. Hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and turn on that little bell so that you get the notification every single time that I go live or upload something new. I'll see you soon. Bye. That's my mother. I'm about to take her to get her hair done. I just wanted to say this really quickly. This is not a live video, of course. I'm not quite ready to do a live yet. But I felt like it was necessary for me to say something because I've gotten so many messages from you guys. And it's just, it's almost impossible to respond to all of those messages. And part of the reason, I've never wanted to be a public person or be in front of the camera, if you will, is because I didn't want to have to live my personal stuff out. Like when things get really hard or things get really challenging, I never wanted to have to answer to it, like publicly. My rule is 3 days, and yesterday was 3 days. And so yesterday, I, started coming back to myself. I've just had the hardest time since Sunday. Just feeling like I'm forced to choose between myself and my mother. I know she's happier here. I know she's more comfortable here, but I'm getting swallowed up, and it's overwhelming. Elliot has been an amazing help. And if I had it my way, then if I knew all of this was going to happen, I would have bought a place that had maybe 2 additional rooms so that I could have some live-in help. Excuse me, but I don't. And so we've been trying to come up with solutions and resources and figure things out, because this is really it's just taking all of my energy, all of my effort, all of my love, all of my time, all of my attention. I mean, so much so to the point that she's starting to feel like she's coming between me and Carlton. I'm starting to feel like I'm disappearing or not showing up the way that I was before for Carlton. And I know Carlton would do the same thing for his mother, but it's just, and I also understand that a relationship isn't really tested until you go through something. You don't really know the fibers of your relationship until you go through something together and you overcome it. It becomes a benchmark in your relationship. And so the thought is, and Elliot, myself, my dad, my aunt, Gloria, we've all been putting our heads together trying to figure out what's best. And, it's not feasible for us to keep trying to bring Gloria down here every couple weeks or whatever, especially considering I'm supposed to start filming next month for Gay Like Me. And so Elliot said, well, since the house is paid for in Maryland, why not let Gloria move in there? We cover her rent, like we'll pay Gloria's rent. but then create a room in my mother's house for Gloria, buy a new bed and mattress, get my mother a new bed and mattress like the one that's here, the adjustable frame that sits up and lays down and does all of that stuff. I'll get her a Keurig like she has here, put that in the house. I'm gonna have a cleaning crew go in there and just clean the entire house. My nephew's gonna have to move out because my Aunt Gloria's gonna be in that room. Give my mother new bedding. I'm gonna have the house painted because it needs to have a brighter look. I've already worked out transportation in Maryland to get her back and forth. We're gonna pay somebody to take her back and forth to dialysis because there is no thing like what I have here in Atlanta that the insurance pays for it. And but aside from putting things in place and making sure there are things in place, for me, what concerns me most is her being happy. It's not just about having resources and having people there to do this or do that. It's also about her having a life outside of just going to dialysis and going home. And I know I was able to create that here, but I'm just losing myself. And it just feels like my life is unraveling. And I want to save her from all of this stuff that she's going through, but I know I can't. And I just want her to be as comfortable as possible, and I'm going to make sure that my credit card, is on Gloria's Uber account. So whenever they need to get around, they can get where they need to go. If they need to go to lunch, they can go to lunch. If they need to go and get a manicure or a pedicure, they can go do that. Because I don't want Gloria to be burdened either. I don't want her to be overwhelmed. And I don't want my mother to feel like she's being shuffled around. And my mother's saying she's excited about all of the changes to the house and she thinks she'll enjoy it and be more comfortable there with Gloria and this, that, and the third. And she's looking forward to the house being painted and everything. But I'm just still concerned. And I told her, whenever you want to come back for a visit, you're welcome to do that. Thanksgiving, Christmas, if you just want to come for a regular week or whatever. But right now, I just can't do it by myself. And there's nobody here to help me. And, fortunately, by the grace of God, I've gotten to a point where I didn't have to go to a job and I was able to be here. But this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. And I've decided that I'm gonna have to make frequent trips home. I'm gonna have to go home probably once a month to make all of this stuff possible, because I don't want her to get back in that depression, because I'm very clear that loneliness can kill you, sitting in that silence, and I just hate that I brought her here for the past 7 months only to, I feel like, send her right back to where she just came from. But whatever it's gonna take, to make her comfortable and to keep her happy, and I'm just gonna have to figure it out. I'm just gonna have to do it. Lisa Thomas, thank you very much for that video that you sent me today. It's exactly what I needed today. I appreciate it. I appreciate those of you that have been sending cash apps and I haven't even been live. I appreciate it. And I'll keep you guys posted. All right.
Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig TheWriter Stewart, and I'm inviting you to join my Patreon. Don't know what a Patreon is? It's my official video diary with only exclusive content that you won't see anyplace else. It's easy to join. Just visit patreon.com/Craig the Writer Stewart. Here's what you'll find on my Patreon. A day in my life, whether that's dinner with friends or a typical workday. Live Q&As with members of my Patreon about each episode of the T.S. Madison Experience and what I was really thinking. I'll even bring you on vacation with me. The video will make you think that you were right there. And last but not least, for all of my aspiring writers, I give you first-hand, one-on-one, personalized attention, answering all of your questions about publishing and self-publishing. So what are you waiting for? Join now. Swipe up or visit www.patreon.com/Craig the Writer Stewart. I'll see you soon. Oh, and one more thing. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Craig the Writer. Do it now.
One of the best parts of life is when you can admit the truth to yourself about yourself. Cyberspace is a world where one can become something he isn't, but everything he dares to be. I wasn't interested in getting attached to anyone, and I knew I wouldn't take anyone I met online seriously. I had multiple screen names to increase my chances of meeting someone attractive. The majority of the profiles noted HIV negative under status, but I knew better from the work I had done in the HIV community. I knew 1 out of 3 black gay men was positive. The messages I found in my inbox validated me in my depression. In some strange way, they reinforced that I was worthy and deserving. My days consisted of waking up and logging on to see how many messages had accrued overnight. Months passed before I got honest with my therapist about what was happening with me. And before I knew it, I heard myself say, I've been having sex with people I meet online. To listen to more of Words Never Spoken in Memoir, visit audible.com. I was involved briefly with a married man who believed he had the courage to leave his wife to be with me and to live his truth. This isn't the typical story of a married man promising to leave his wife for a secret lover. Rather, this is a story in part about a gay man who knew he was gay before he got married, but chose to marry a woman because he didn't know how to break free. Rocky and I met on a gay social media site 3 months after I returned to the East Coast to live, and just 11 months after he was married. At the time we met, he was living and working in Dubai as a contractor for the government on a military base, while his wife was stationed in Tallahassee, Florida, where they had a home. In one of the first messages he sent me, Rocky shared that he was married, but that he had regrets. He explained that he had come out to his mother and siblings when he was 18 years old. He said that. To listen to more of One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure, a memoir continued, visit audible.com.